Hello, guys. Welcome back to AWMFX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully, you guys out there are doing extremely great, earning a lot of money from the market. All right, so before I start, I just want to let you guys know I'm back, all right, making videos for you guys. So, yeah, quite busy for me recently. So, it's family matters, okay? There's nothing to do with other things. It's the family matters. But before I start, I just want to request a simple help from most of you guys. All right, it's a very simple one. All right, if you guys enjoy my YouTube videos, okay, yeah, I appreciate if you subscribe and then give me a like. But most of all, I want you guys to help me out. Go to my Facebook page. All right, Facebook page. The title is the same, AWMFX. All right, AWMFX. All right, I have quite a lot of content, and particularly there is one. How should I say? There's one post. Okay. Help me to report these guys. All right. Yeah. This is actually something that I really hate. I extremely hate people using my name or using my pictures, profile pictures, YouTube profile pictures, and then go ahead and scam other people asking for investment. All right. And then showing off a lot of fake return. Okay. So I want you guys to help me out. Go to my Facebook page and then help me report this to Telegram. All right, please, as a scam. Thank you very much. I appreciate yeah, in advance. All right, so today, since I already back, I saw two nice setup that I want to share with you. Of course, it has been gone. Okay, we do it like a case study. All right, so the first setup is about RBS. Okay, let me get a simple explanation for you guys. Okay, this type of setup has how should I say, it keeps coming in a lot of time. All right, it keeps how should it will repeat itself a lot of times. Okay, there are of course two ways. First is a RBS. So what is RBS? It is a resistance. Okay, and then there is a rally, base rally, and then it went up. Okay, so resistance. This is the resistance. When the price break the resistance, it forms an area, entry area, as a rally, base rally. Okay, and what we're expecting is that the price to drop back into this area to go up. Right. Once you have this rally, base rally, this part right here is no longer relevant. Okay, you really, it's as just an indication or just as a guideline only. What you need is that you can go into this area. Later, I'm going to show it to you in even smaller time frame to look for the rally. This one is the resistance become support, right? Then we aim for the movement towards the high side. Now, when we talk about the take profit, it depends on the movement. All right, if we have some how should I say, a strong zone, opposite zone. Okay, this is a demand zone. If we have a strong opposite zone, then that will be our take profit. All right, so this thing can also happen as a SBR. All right, so it's a support, same thing, similar when it break. Now this time it's a drop, base drop. Okay, we'll be looking for entry at this point. Okay, at this point, and then we look forward for the drop right there. All right, so it's a resistance become support or a support become resistance. RBS, SBR. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you, both of this. All right, so first is RBS, resistance becomes support. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the movement right here. Let's focus the movement right here. We have the price going down, going up, came back down, and then starting to move upwards. So when the price going to break this resistance right here, all right, going to break the resistance, it forms a rally, base rally. All right, the whole thing right here, rally, base rally. Okay, this is still considered a clean break. All right, rally, base rally. Okay, it went up quite nicely. So what happens is that when it goes up, breaking the high right there, it leaves a very nice zone, demand zone right here. Can you see there is a demand zone? Let me widen it, zoom in a little bit. All right. So the demand zone, I define it using these two candlesticks, right? The last two candlesticks before the price push it upwards. So this is a rally-based rally. And you can see very well that the price came back and react before it goes up, before it comes back down. Now, there is, of course, ways for us to maximize the profit, right? I teach a lot in my class, but no problem. I'm going to share with you, all right? I'll share this detail with you. So whenever you see a rally-based rally, and if you investigate further, you can see that there is an engulfing pattern. All right, my way of identify engulfing pattern. This is an engulfing pattern. All right, you can see the whole candlestick is engulfing this candlestick right here. Similar with this one, engulfing pattern. And see that the green candlestick is engulfing the red candlestick, the whole candlestick right there. So what happens is that when you notice or spot an engulfing pattern, you are actually allowed to go into smaller time frame, right? It may be one or two smaller time frame to investigate further, right? Investigate further for some structure, right? In this case, you can see very well that within the green, I call it the purple box, there is this structure right here, this zone right here, right? If you scared, you might miss it out. You can define it with these two candlesticks, all right? So this is your entry zone, right? Or maybe I go to 30 minutes, just take a look, right? It's the same, okay? It's the same. So once you have this movement, all right, this will be your entry. You can see very well that the stop loss was 18 pips previously, and now our new zone is only 11 pips, right? 11 pips. So what happened is that the price likely to, a moment, go back to the charts, to that particular area, all right? So the price likely to move into the area, react, all right? Not once, not twice, but a few times before it took off. Now, why do we need to make this zone as small as possible, right? It's because in my theory of trading, it's very simple. We need to maximize the profit, all right? We need to maximize the risk-reward ratio. That is why we get our money. So if you look at it, if I'm using the previous zone, right? I'm using the previous zone. Same movement. Let's assume that we go to H4, right? All right, let's assume that you are able to exit right here. All right, this whole area. Let me get it out. This from here. Okay, be more realistic. This is a very huge supply zone. Let's assume that you exit right there. You only get risk reward 1 to 3.77. Your risk reward ratio is 1 risk, and then reward is 3.77. But however, if you're able to reduce just by 7 pips, all right, your risk reward ratio has go up, all right, has went up 6, all right, almost twice the risk reward ratio, all right. Imagine that if you're able to catch all this kind of movement, even though it's a little bit small, okay, the movement doesn't goes up a lot, but the risk reward ratio is good. You're able to grow your account extremely fast, okay. You're able to grow your account extremely fast. So this is the classical RBS, resistance becomes support. Now I'm going to show it to you another setup that is the support become resistance, right? Support become resistance. This is very, very obvious. So if you look at it, the price had a lot of bouncing from this support area, okay? Has a lot of bouncing from this support area. You can see very well, support. And then what happened is that the price, when it trying to break through it, it forms a drop, base drop, all right? Although it looks a little bit weird, but this is a drop, base drop, okay? Now, what happens is that the zone is extremely big in this case. The zone for the supply zone here is extremely big, right? Bigger than previous one, and the stop loss is almost 60 pips, which most of us do not want it to be, right? Most of us do not want it to be. So you can actually look into details. You can also look into details, small time frame, maybe H1, just to look at it. Does it give you anything suspicious from there, right? So if you look properly into this entry, all right, if you look into this entry, there's, of course, there's actually another setup, okay? It's called as IQM or QMTR, okay? It's part of the overall setup. Okay, let's just skip that part for time being, okay? If not, the video is going to take very long time. Right, so what happens is that very obvious that there is a zone, a drop-based drop zone right there, okay? And your entry you can consider from this part towards the highest part, all right? You can take it from the lowest part towards the highest part, or even if you are there enough, you're good enough, okay, you can actually goes into this area, all right? Goes into this area, which is actually 10 pips, less than 10 pips, okay? So I'm not really showing you any magic or anything. This is actually what can happen. All right, what can happen? Price came into the zone, all right, and then it continues to drop, all right, back into this RBS. This is a SBR and then a RBS. You can see it well, SBR, RBS. So same thing as the price drop, all right, the first movement when the price drop. If you're able to reduce your risk-reward ratio due to all this knowledge, okay? First, the same movement, now it's on the sell, supply zone is on the sell. Same movement towards the RBS. The risk-reward ratio is 1 to 1.4, okay? 1 to 1.47. If you're able to do what I'm telling you right here, okay, you might able to get a risk-reward of 1 to 10. Okay, now when every time throughout the videos, a lot of videos that I've done all these years, when I mention a lot of high risk reward ratio, is because I'm able to spot the zone at smaller time frame, which will result a better movement. All right, which will result a better risk reward ratio. Okay, the zone becomes smaller. All right, reduce it, and then you have a better movement and also a better risk reward ratio. All right, so that's all for today. After so long, all right, after so long, and of course, without before I leave, all right, before I leave, I just want to try you guys out, just to test you guys out. There is another setup right here, right? There is another setup right here that results this drop, right? That results this drop. Okay, so maybe you can comment on the chat below. Let me know whether you get it correct or not. This is actually a very typical type of movement that I've been sharing throughout all these years. All right, so that's all for now. I want to see you guys in the next video. Right, please do give me a like, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so see you guys then. Bye.